Hello, today we're going to do a basic Photoshop intro exercise. Our first thing to do is to log into Edmodo, put in the class code, and join the group 6th grade art. My name should be up here in the corner, and you'll see that it says Photoshop intro fruit face. What I want to do is I'm going to open up the picture here, and I'm going to right click it and save picture as. So I'm right clicking the button on my mouse and I'm going to find where it says my name and I'm going to save it. I already have it, so it's asking if I want to replace it. I'll just hit yes. And then I'm going to minimize this, and then I want to open up Photoshop. So I'm going to go to all programs. And at any time I go too fast, you can just pause the video. So Adobe Design Web Premium. Looking where it says Photoshop CS6, it's blue, not the 64, but the regular. Clicking it, it'll open. Now I have just a blank black screen, so I need to go File, New. I am going to save it as my last name, comma, first name, and then whatever your class code is. So my first class today would be 8-2. If you're 9-2 or 22 or 91 or 81, and then I want to make sure this is in inches, not pixels. So you see the difference. And so I'm going to say my width is 10, my height is 8, and my resolution, we're going to say 180, and hit OK. So I come up with a blank, and I don't want to crop it because I'm in a weird tool, so I'm just going to hit don't crop. And then I'm going to go File, Place, and then I'm going to look for where I saved that fruit parts for. And I'm going to hit Place. So I come up with this picture of fruit. I'm going to make it bigger so I can see it. So my object is to make some kind of face out of all of these fruit parts. So I'm going to say that I'm going to make my egg the beginning of my face. And I look over here and I can see that I have a layer. Sometimes when I do this, it comes up funny and it won't let me edit it. And what I show you is if I take this, say, and I try to use this tool and select, say I want the egg out of this. And I go edit. Say I want to do new layer. Okay. And I go edit, cut. And it says because the area is empty, I gotta make sure that I'm on that. So edit. And it's not letting me do anything because of this weird thing. So I have to go over here and I have to rasterize my layer. And then it'll let me do it. So that got it ready so I can do it. So let's try this again. I'm going to take this guy and let's try edit. Now I can do it, cut. And now I have my new layer. And I go edit, paste. And I'm going to hide this for a second. So I'm just going to shut that off. We're going to go edit, retransform. We're going to make our egg big. And then I'm just going to start to make my face parts. Let's turn this back on. Now I gotta double click to get rid of that box. Turn this back on. I'm gonna hide my big egg. I'm gonna say, okay, what do I want for my eyes? What do I want for my nose? My eyebrows, teeth, ears, whatever you want. So let's just start with the eyes. So say I want just part of this kiwi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little selection tool and select around it. Going to go make sure I'm on the right layer. Right now I'm on my egg layer. And make sure I'm on the fruit parts. Edit, cut, and I have to put it on its own layer. So to do that, I have to click. See this little guy down here? And that makes me a new layer. So then edit, paste. I'm going to turn this guy back off. Turn my egg back on. Take my little move tool. Put it here. And then I'm going to zoom in. My magnifying glass here. And I want to get rid of the space around it. So there's different ways that I can do this. One is if I click and hold this and I can do my magnetic lasso tool. And what he does is he sticks to like parts. So I can kind of try to draw him around. He can be difficult sometimes. And I double click, it selects, so I still have this weird little part here. If I go select inverse and I hit delete, then it gets rid of that. And then I can do deselect or control D. And now I have a kiwi. I can now move this around. I can come in and take my eraser if I want and get rid of my extra parts here. And since I want two of them, I want to duplicate this. I'm going to come over here and I want two kiwis. So I'm going to right click on that layer. And I'm going to go duplicate layer. And I hit OK. And it pastes it right on top of it. So I got to take my move tool and move him. And let's zoom back out. So here's my zoom. Up here you notice you got pluses and minuses. And what's bugging me is on my egg part I have this thing. So I'm going to go back to my egg. Get my eraser and get rid of that. Alright, so let's turn these guys back off. Off, off, off. Turn this on. And let's give him some eyebrows. So I'm going to go and pick out my broccoli here. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Edit, cut. Make a new one. And then turn this one back off. Turn these back on. Go to my blank layer, go edit, paste so that my broccoli is on. But right now he's under my egg. He's in the wrong order. He's hiding underneath it. So, because if I turn these off, he's there, but he's under my other parts. So what I gotta do is I gotta click and drag him so I can see him. So another tool that I have is underneath this tool is my magic wand, and he chooses light colors. So if I click on my white, I can hit delete, white, delete, white, delete, white, delete, white, delete. And then I gotta get rid of that deselection, so I have to go select, deselect or control D, and then edit, free transform. That's up here, edit. See, here in the middle. And then make it smaller. And you don't have to do this exact, but just an idea of what you can do. Double click. So now I have an eyebrow. So I'm going to come back over here, duplicate my layer, hit OK, go to my move tool. But I don't want my eyebrow in that direction, so let's go back to edit, retransform, and I'm going to flip him. Double click, and I want to move this one a little more, so I got to get back on that. Okay, and then you just keep going. Keep adding parts to your face. A lot of just turning on and off. So I turn this back on. Gotta hide our egg and all of our parts and say, like, what's next? What do I want to do? Let's maybe choose this for your mouth. So I gotta get back on the right part, the right layer. Edit, cut, come back, turn these guys back on. Edit, paste. And I'm gonna zoom in. Oops, wrong way. Get my plus here at the top. Turn these guys off. Oops, wrong one. Let's see if my magic wand will work for part of it. Delete. I gotta deselect it. Maybe use my eraser. Clean it up a little bit. I can change the size of my eraser up here if it's way too big. Okay. And just keep going. Maybe ears, nose, teeth, hair. You can always duplicate some of the layers you have and add more once you cut them out of your main one. And then when you're all done, just save it and I'll help you load it into Edmodo when I get back here.